Collective bargaining and unionization (CBU) have shaped workplace standards, employee rights, and economic stability across the U.S. and around the world.
Historically, unions emerged as a response to unsafe working conditions, low wages, and the absence of employee protections. Over time, they evolved into powerful organizations capable of negotiating labor agreements, improving working conditions, and leading social and economic reforms.
What is collective bargaining and unionization? Collective bargaining is the process where a group of employees, represented by a union, negotiates with an employer to determine working conditions such as wages, benefits, schedules, grievance procedures, and workplace safety. Unionization means that workers organize collectively through a union to exercise their rights and defend their interests more effectively than they could individually. In human resources, collective bargaining is a major element of the employer-employee relationship. A union can influence an organization's compensation philosophy, training requirements, promotion policies, and disciplinary procedures.
A brief history of labor unions in the United States. Labor unions in the United States have a history that spans more than 150 years. The earliest recorded labor strike occurred in 1768, when workers protested wage reductions. In 1794, the first documented trade union, the Federal Society of Journeymen Cordwainers, was created in Philadelphia. A major step occurred in 1869 with the formation of the Knights of Labor, the first national labor union. They advocated for the 8-hour workday, workplace safety, and early forms of workers' compensation. The most significant turning point came in 1935, with the passage of the Wagner Act, also known as the National Labor Relations Act, or NLRA. This law granted workers the legal right to join unions, engage in collective bargaining, and participate in protected concerted activity. In 1937, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the NLRA, solidifying its legitimacy and impact.
Major labor organizations.
Many unions in the United States are part of the AFL-CIO, a voluntary federation that represents 64 national and international unions and nearly 15 million workers. It is the largest training network outside the U.S. military. The AFL-CIO promotes fair wages, workplace safety, retirement security, gender equality, and civil rights. It supports unions with data, research, and organizing tools used to negotiate contracts and represent workers. Another major union is the National Education Association, or NEA. It is the largest union in the country, representing nearly 3 million members in the education sector. Although not part of the AFL-CIO, it plays a major leadership role in public sector labor relations.
Benefits of unionization for workers. Unionized workers tend to receive better wages, stronger job security, and more comprehensive benefits than non-union workers. According to data from the AFL-CIO, union members earn an average of $191 more per week than those who are not unionized. They also have higher access to employer-provided health insurance, pension plans, and formal procedures for resolving workplace disputes. Unions ensure fairness in hiring, training, promotions, and disciplinary processes. They also protect workers from retaliation and unsafe working conditions.
The role of collective bargaining in society. Collective bargaining benefits more than just workers. It benefits society as a whole. By providing structured negotiation, unions reduce the number and intensity of labor conflicts. They help ensure peaceful resolution of disputes, which contributes to economic stability. Collective bargaining also reduces wage inequality and strengthens the middle class. Arbitration, which is widely used in unionized environments, helps resolve disagreements without involving courts. This prevents expensive and lengthy legal battles and ensures that workplace experts, not judges, handle the disputes.
Types of unions. Craft unions. These represent workers who have specific skills or trades, such as electricians, carpenters, or plumbers. They often control training and certification programs. Industrial unions. These represent all workers in a given industry, regardless of occupation. For example, an industrial union might represent machine operators, office staff, and warehouse employees under the same organization.
Real-world examples that show the importance of unions. Example 1. Amazon. Amazon has been known for resisting unionization. The retail, wholesale, and department store union attempted to organize workers at an Amazon facility. The company's aggressive anti-union campaigns drew national attention and reignited debates about workers' rights in large corporations. Example 2. The Rana Plaza tragedy in Bangladesh 2013. This was one of the deadliest industrial accidents in history. Over 1,100 garment workers died when a building collapsed after employees were forced to return to work despite visible cracks. A unionized workforce could have refused to enter the unsafe building without fear of losing their pay or their jobs. After the tragedy, Bangladesh finally allowed workers to form unions without employer approval. Example 3. Apple and Wistron in India. In 2020, Apple suspended business with supplier Wistron after violent protests related to unpaid wages. Apple required corrective action to protect workers, demonstrating the importance of strong labor standards in global supply chain.
Reasons for the decline in union membership. Despite the historical importance of unions, membership in the United States has declined significantly in recent decades. The shift from manufacturing to service industries, increased employer resistance to unionization, global competition, and outsourcing, HR practices that imitate union benefits without union membership, expanded government labor regulations, public concerns about corruption or inefficiency in some unions. Together, these factors have reduced union density, especially in the private sector.
Legal framework of U.S. labor relations. The legal foundation of labor relations in the United States is built on three major laws. First, the National Labor Relations Act 1935 grants employees the right to unionize, strike, and engage in collective bargaining. Second, the Taft-Hartley Act 1947 places limits on union activities and addresses unfair labor practices by unions. Third, the Landrum-Griffin Act 1959 ensures union transparency, accountability, and democratic procedures. These laws are enforced by the National Labor Relations Board (NLRB). The NLRB conducts union elections, investigates unfair labor practice charges, and can ask federal courts to enforce its decisions.
Conclusion. Collective bargaining and unionization continue to play a crucial role in protecting workers, promoting fair wages, and supporting workplace safety. Even when union membership has declined, the principles behind unionization remain essential, especially in industries where workers are vulnerable to exploitation or unsafe conditions. Unions help establish clear expectations, provide structured conflict resolution, and contribute to economic and social stability. While some employers worry about increased labor costs or conflict, unionized workplaces often benefit from better training, stronger communication, and more reliable performance.
Thank you.